Hi guys, good evening. Welcoming you all to the last day session. I want you people to reply in the chat if my voice is audible or is there any glitch from my side. So, do you people have any doubts until the concepts which we have seen until now? If so, you can drop your doubts which you have in the chat. Guys, am I audible? Can anyone respond? Let's wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll begin today's class. And today we'll be concentrating more on object-oriented programming concepts in the sense OOPS, which is quite very important when you're preparing for your interviews because you have to know the OOPS concept in a correct way. Then only it will help you to solve many problems and usually during interview like today I'll be discussing you the different interview rounds which will be conducted. Like whenever you're applying for a company, then there are certain rounds which will be common for every company. So I'll be telling you how the pattern of interview will be and how you have to prepare certain things. Uh, yeah. So guys, am I audible? Can anyone respond in the chat? I'm not seeing a single good evening message. Good evening, everyone. And can anyone let me know how many are watching because today is Pongal, right? Guys, uh, am I audible? Nobody is responding here. Okay, okay. Thank you, Chaitanya. Chaitanya, can you let me know how many people are watching the live currently? 7. Okay, okay. Thank you. So yes, we'll begin today's session. And first of all, I want to wish everyone here happy Pongal. Hi, Pavan. Happy Pongal to everyone present over here. And in in today's start of the session itself, I want to thank those 7 who are attending currently because today, as though it is a festive day and it is a special day, people are very dedicated to learning technical things. First of all, a great appreciation for that. Um, Yes, so for sure I'll make sure that this 2 hours will is going to be a good learning for you. Uh, okay, so first of all we'll be seeing what an array is. So we'll be seeing an array, what is an array, and then we'll be stepping into the OOPS concept, okay? And I'll be also telling you what LLD is, what low level design is, and the resources from where you have to prepare those things, okay? So, yes, so starting on with arrays, we know we have already spoken about more things like data structures and all. Data structure is like it is something a kind of way in order to store the elements, store the values, and to manipulate and access things, right? So array is also like that kind of data structure which will be linear. So whenever you're going to store an array, the elements will be stored in a linear manner or in a sequential pattern. Okay, so if it is an integer array, the addresses between like for example, if the first element is getting stored in 1000 memory address, means the second element will be getting stored in 1004, because we know an integer data type consumes 4 bytes, right? So this is how the elements in array will be getting stored. So it is actually an object. Array is also an object. String is also an object which contains the elements of a similar data type. So whenever you are taking something like Python, in Python we do have things like list, okay? But in list, like we can have different data types. So we can have, list actually defines collection of items of any data type. You can have a list containing string, numbers, floating point, boolean, anything. You can have that. But when it comes to Java or C or C++ in an array, only the elements with similar data structure can be stored. For example, if you're declaring an integer array, only integer values can be stored in that array. Or if you're declaring an character array, only character elements can be stored in that array. Okay, so as I've already said, it is stored in a contiguous memory. And there are two types of array: single D, 1D array, and multi-dimensional 2D arrays. Okay, so yesterday we have seen something like nested loops, right? So whenever you are working with a 2D array, it is going to be something like matrices only. Okay, so whenever you are working with 2D arrays, you want to follow nested loops in order to traverse and in order to manipulate certain things. Okay, so this is how and in an array elements are stored. We know that this is the meaning of indexing. Okay, so it starts from 0 to length of array minus 1. Okay, hi Arvind. Yep. So there are many things in which way we can declare an array. Okay, so first of all, I'll declare an array. So here I'm creating an 1D array. So when I'm creating an one-dimensional array, I'll be giving the data type, okay, of the elements which my array is going to store, and square parentheses, okay, square brackets, and my array name is equal to new int of the size of my array. For example, let's say I'm going to store, like 5 elements in my array. So whenever I am, declaring the elements, or whenever I'm assigning the elements to this array, I'll be giving something like a of 0 is equal to 10. So the element at like the first index is 20. The element at second index is 30. The element at third index is 40, and the element at fourth index is going to be 50. Okay, so when I try to print my array, I can either go with using for loop only, we'll be able to traverse each and every element which is present in an array. Either I can go with a normal for loop, or I can go with for each loop as well. Okay, so if I'm going with normal for loop, means I'll be giving for int I is equal to 0, I is less than arr dot length. So this arr dot length function will be retrieving the size of my array. Here size of my array is 5, so the the iterator goes until my I is less than 5. Okay, and I plus plus, I'll be printing the element which is present at that index. Println the element at I index is uh yep, arr of I. Okay, It is, like printing the elements. I'm traversing the elements. Traversing in the sense just, like visiting each and every element. Okay, something like that. Yep. So if I can also go with using for each loop. For each loop in the sense, for each loop in the sense I'll be giving for. Okay. I mean, directly I'll be accessing the array. Directly with the help of an like iterator, I'll be accessing my entire array. Here, like my everywhere, my iterator and my elements which is present in an array must be of same data type. So I'll be giving int I in ARR. So this is my iterator, okay, which is of int type. My array should also be an integer array, and I'll be traversing my array name is ARR, right? So yes, system dot out dot println I. Here I like refers to indexes, but here I refers to that particular element over there. Okay. Now also it is getting printed. Okay, so this is one way of declaring things. For example, like if you like if you know the elements, or if you want to directly like assign the value of the array without like creating, or without assigning the size, you can go with like this. Directly you can like declare the elements which is present in an array: 30, 40, 50. That's it. Okay, now also it will be working correctly. So there are different ways of creating an array. Okay, yes, this is all about arrays in Java. So I hope people are you clear with I mean arrays. I have a doubt. Yeah, Arvind, you can let me know your doubt so that I'll be able to clarify it. Okay. So next thing, we have seen about strings, right? So a point to be added over here. String, we have already said string is an object, okay, and the strings are enclosed in double quotes, okay, and it is something like a sequence of characters. It can have sequence of numbers, letters, special characters, anything, okay. And there are two ways of creating string object. One is string literal, and another one is create with the help of new keyword. Okay, with the help of new keyword means we can have even string builder and string buffer classes. Okay, generally strings are immutable. Immutable in the sense the elements present in the string cannot be modified. Okay, so like whenever you are going with creating an string with string object with the string keyword, that time your string is immutable. Okay, in the sense your I mean, you cannot modify the elements. You cannot modify. For example, you're having a string like, you're having a string, for example, Sunday. Okay. If you want to change the letter U, okay, U to something like A, it is not possible because it is immutable. You cannot modify, or you cannot change the values which is present in a string. But if you are creating string with the help of string builder or string buffer class, okay, that time string becomes mutable. I mean, you can change the string, you can change the elements that is present in a string, and there are many like built-in methods in Java when you are going with string buffer or string builder classes. Okay, I'll be showing you string builder methods in Java. So whenever you want to modify a string, you can convert it into string builder, and then you can like go with certain things. Okay, yeah, so these are all the important functions. Like we have append function in order to like add new character at the end. Okay, and we are having insert. We'll be able to specify the position where we have to insert certain character, and then we can give the string as well. Okay, and replace. We are having delete, reverse, capacity in the sense it is used to like return the size of the string. I mean, caret we have already used. So substring. Substring is very important. So there are DSA problems where like which involves manipulating the things with the help of finding the substrings. So if you're going with brute force approach, this method helps you a lot. Okay. and there are many methods. Okay, so just like explore more on this. And we also have string builder and string buffer methods as well. Okay, we have, yeah, we have many methods. Okay, here also we have many methods. And one more thing, like whenever you are creating a string, okay, the strings are stored in a special memory other than heap, and this is known as string constant pool. Okay, so your strings, whenever you're creating a string object, those string objects with the memory, they are stored only in string constant pool. And yep, this is all about arrays and strings. And before stepping into oops concept, okay, if people who want to explore, because today we'll be seeing about like inheritance and polymorphism in a very detailed manner. Okay, and then if time permits, I'll also be telling you about the collections framework. But if you want to like explore more on Java, or if you want to learn more about it, I mean, you can like visit this website, Java T Point. Okay, there are many websites, but I think this will help you a lot, because uh, things will be quite easier here. So I mean, you can there are, I mean, the subtopics are given over here, so you can go and you can learn more things. Okay, okay, there are many things in Java, so you can learn, you can explore more. Okay, next we'll be proceeding with introduction to oops. So I just want to know, people, if you're having any doubts until now, you can let me know in the chat. Are you clear with the concept of arrays and strings in Java? Ah, yes. I mean, let me know your doubt, Loki and Aravind. What doubt you have? Just take a minute break and then we'll start with oops, because at a single stretch you want to complete that. Aravind, may I know your doubt? And Loki, may I know your doubt? Uh, I don't think this is the concept which we have seen yesterday. Okay. I mean, Loki, may I know your doubt? Because if it's a technical doubt, you can let me know. Okay. Thank you, Vikash. Okay. So, yep. Let's start with oops. Okay. So I have already said Java is an object-oriented programming language. Why? Because we are, everything is built on the basis of classes and objects. So you have already seen whatever methods we have written, whatever, even for writing a single print statement, we have enclosed it within a class only, right? So we have used main class. We can use any class name. Okay, so it is not fixed. So first of all, I'll say what an object is and what an class is. Okay, so I mean, class is something like a blueprint of an particular entity. For example, let me take like a very simple example. Okay, I want to create. Okay, so I want to create a database system. Okay, where I want to store the records of 1,000 students. Okay, so like for every time I cannot enter the name, or I cannot because see, what I'm trying to say is I'll be explaining you with a real time scenario. Okay, first of all, we'll understand what is a class and what is an object. Okay, and then with the help of programming coding also, you will be getting things more clear. For example, I am working in a college and I want to store the record of some 10,000 students, or some any number of students. Okay, so there are certain attributes. There are certain attributes which is common to every student, right? Because I mean, like unique things are there. Every student will be having a unique roll number, name will be different, date of birth will be different, mark will be different. Okay. For example, let's take, I'm going to, store the elements. Sorry, store the details of students who belongs to computer science department. Okay. So here there are some common things between the people, right? The department name is common and the college name is also common. Okay, so let the college name be something ABC. Okay, so there are certain things which is common and there are certain things which is unique to people. So what I'll be doing is I'll be writing a class. For example, let's take the class name will be student. Okay, I'll be defining a class student and I'll be having the attributes whichever I'm going to use. Okay, and I'll be creating each and every record of students with the help of object. So first of all, let me create a class student. There I'll be having the attributes which actually a student has, like those are called as instance variables. Like roll number, people have name, a mark, a department, and college. Okay, so these are the odd attributes which students have, and I'll be defining some methods in my class. So class is actually a blueprint of some entity. So here the entity is students. The students will be having certain properties, or students will be having certain like attributes. So those I mean, like those certain instance variables are called as the attributes that is corresponding to that entity, and the action which they are performing, or the functions which that entity here students are performing, like that will be called as methods over here. You can define any number of methods in a class. Okay, and next thing is I mean, yes. So whenever I want to create a particular student record, I'll be just creating an object for that class, and I'll be making use of the attributes and the methods which is present inside that class. Okay. So I have already said, in order to access the variables and like the methods of a particular class, we have to create an object for that class, and we can manipulate things. But if you are going with a static class, directly you can call the method. I mean, like no need of creating an object and all. So here, object means it is a real world entity. Object in the sense, like it refers to, here we are referring to a student, right? Which have certain attributes and which have certain properties and functions. So everything is an object. And yeah, OOPS is actually we are going to design a system with the help of classes and objects. And there are four important things which you want to know whenever you're coming to study about OOPS. So first thing is inheritance. Okay, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. Don't worry, first we'll be seeing what is a class and what is an object, and then we'll be moving ahead with seeing what is inheritance and polymorphism. Okay, yes. So guys, are you, guys, you're listening, right? So in order to create in order to create that oops con I mean, like in order to create a system which is involving the classes and objects, I'm going with Eclipse. Okay, because Eclipse or IntelliJ, it will be very useful whenever you are going with LLD round. Okay, online compiler will not help you that time. So I'll let you know how to create package and all. Okay, so let me create an package in my source. Okay, right click. First, let me create a package. Here, my package has been created, and let me create a class inside it. My class name is going to be student.java. Okay, so yes, so this is my class. Yes, first of all, I'll be yes, I'll create a a constructor. Wait. So next thing, we'll be calling as constructor. Okay, first of all, I'll let you know initially, like I'll be telling you the introduction of what is a constructor. Okay, and then let's go and while I'm coding, I'll be, like you will be come to know what actually uh, a constructor is. Constructor is very similar to method, okay, but we'll be having certain differences, like function or like method only. Constructor is also okay, but we'll be defining the constructor of what that constructor must do. Okay, you can redefine the constructors as well, but there are certain things which must be follow when you are, using the name of the constructor. Constructor must be equal to the class name, so your class name and the constructor name must be same. Okay, and next thing is yeah, in method we will be having return type, right? So if I'm declaring a method which is going to return me an integer value, we'll be returning an integer value which has some result. So in my method I'll be having some return type or some return value, but in constructor there is no return type or return value. It is not going to return you anything, okay, but the functionality will be very quite similar to a method. Okay, so first of all, let me create an let me create the instance variables. Okay, so what we have said, I'm going to create a class. There I'll be having certain attributes, like first of all, let me have roll number. Okay, and next let me have the name of the student, and next let me have like the marks in or float marks. Int itself, let's have marks is going to be my integer value. Okay, and then I'll be having certain common things like string department is equal to computer science and engineering, and my college name. College is equal to some ABC. Okay, yes. Now inside, I mean, this value is going to be a dynamic one, because if I'm going to insert the record of 1,000 students, those 1,000 students will be having different roll number, different name, different marks, right? But these attributes are going to be my common attributes. Okay, so whenever the user is going to create an record, a student record, they are supposed to specify the value of these things. If they want to specify the value of the roll number, the name, and the marks, then only they can create a record, right? So that's why I'm going to create a constructor. Okay, the constructor must be equal to, I mean, the constructor name must be equal to the class name. Okay, and I'm going to pass the attributes which the, user must give the input. So sorry, first of all they'll be giving a roll number, so which is going to be a string value, and next they are going to give an name, then int m. Okay, yes. So let me write r is equal, sorry, roll number is equal to r, name is equal to n, and marks is equal to m. Okay, see guys, like I'm having the instance variables over here. So I'm going to create, I have created a constructor, okay, where it has three parameters. One is roll R, I mean, which corresponds to roll number. Another thing is yan, which corresponds to name, and another thing is yum, which corresponds to marks. Okay, so whenever, my user is going to create an object, that time they'll be giving these three values. So I'll be assigning these three values to the instance variables which is present over here. That's why I'm giving roll number is equal to r, name is equal to n, and marks is equal to m. Okay, every time whenever you are like defining these things, like I don't know how many of you know this, whenever you're using some assignment operation, okay, the value which is present over here only is assigned to the value which is present here. So the value which you are giving in the right side will be assigned to left side. Okay, I mean, not in any case vice versa the things will be happening. Okay, so I mean, guys, are you able to follow me? Roll number, it can also include some, alphabets as well, right? So for example, in certain colleges they are giving something like CS, I mean 171, something like this, or something. Marks also will, you want me to give in double? Okay, that's fine. double. Roll number, yes, it can come in int as well, but if the college is going to have some alphanumeric things, means to not raise any error. No, if you want, I'll also convert it into, and that is not a problem over here. Okay, and then I'll be writing, like a method void display, where I'll be printing the values of all these things. Roll number plus name plus marks plus department plus college. Okay, and then I'll also be printing record added successfully. Guys, do let me know in the chat, are you able to follow me? Okay, so I have created a class. This is my instance variables. This is going to be my constructor, and this is going to be my method, which I only have a single method, which is display. Okay, yes. So I'm going to create a class main. Okay, in this class I'm going to, have my main method, public static void main string argument, and here I'll be creating an object, an object to student class, which means I'm going to create a student record. Okay, so you know how to create an object, right? Class name, then object name, let it be student number 1 is equal to, or s1 is equal to new student of, I'll be passing the values, like let roll number be like 127, let the name be, and let marks be double, right? Okay, and I have created an object. Okay, I'll be able to access the elements only with the help of my object, so I'm going to call my display method with the help of my object, which I have created over here. Okay, so when I try to run this code, if you're using like Eclipse, means the shortcut for running your code is Alt Shift X. Alt Shift X. Here you'll be having Java run application. You want to enter. Okay, so here we are getting the, oh, one second. Here we'll be getting the output. Okay, here we are getting the output. What I have given over here, see here, while creating an object, okay, I'm making use of the new keyword, and here I'm giving no, here it is constructor. Okay, here it is not a method. Okay, here it is a constructor, and I'm passing the values of roll number, name, and marks. And department and college names, it is common to every student whom I'm going to have. So that's why already automatically it is taking the values. Okay, so that's it. So I have created a blueprint for student class for a particular student. So I'm going here, only I said this is going to be a blueprint of a student object. So a student, when you take a particular student, one student will be having these attributes, and there are certain methods or functionalities which belongs to them. So if I want to add another student record, I can just create another object. Okay, s2 new student of, I'll be giving some name, host name Anjali. Anjali is active today, so I'll be giving her name 134. Anjali, her marks out of 100 is 100. Okay, then I'll be creating, yeah, I have created another student name. So when I try to execute this record will be added. Okay, record added successfully. Okay, so another name, Vikash. So when I try to run this, so this record is also added successfully. Okay, so this is actually a basic definition of what is a class and what is an object. This is a class, okay, which is going to be blueprint of my object, and these are the objects which I'm going to create. So here in this scenario, I have explained you with the help of a student scenario, and I have also coded it. Okay, so I have created a student class, and I have coded of how to create, add records of different students. So guys, are you clear with this? Are you clear with the concept of what is a class and what is an object? If you're clear with this only, we can proceed with the inheritance, polymorphism, and all those things. Anjali, Vikash, are you clear? Guys, are you clear, or do you people have any doubt? Guys, I mean, like, do you people have any doubt? Am I going very fast, or are you able to follow? Because, these are all the important things. So if you want me to slow down my pace also, you can let me know. Okay, so you're able to follow, right? Only Pawan is present. What about others? I want reply from, many people, because guys, what about others? Are you able to follow? Okay. Okay. So the reason why I have, told you that, for some time, let's discuss what LLD is, low level design. Okay, 5 minutes, and then we'll be seeing inheritance and polymorphism. Then I'll be explaining you how an interview will be, what and all the things you have to study if you're preparing for interview. Okay, all those things I'll say, and if time permits, we'll see collection framework. I'll be, introducing you to certain things, like we have tree, hash map, already. We have array list, we have linked list. Okay, so we have tree map as well. So we have certain things, so I'll be introducing those concepts to you. Yes, so what is an LLD? LLD is nothing but it is low level design. Okay, so whenever you're appearing for any interview drive or any placement drive, so people will be, after short coding round, if you are clearing that short coding round, people will be having a round called high level programming round, or it is also known as long programming round, or it is also known as LLD, low level design, okay, round. In a sense where people will be asking you to create an application, okay, create a system. For example, I don't know, like if you are from computer science background, when we used to study what C languages, we used to build some console based applications, right? A very very simple console based application, um, like billing system, like hotel management system, billing system. It will be electricity bill system. Something will be having certain things like that, right? So like that, in interview also people will be asking you to create, okay, but like it will be, some something in an slightly advanced way or in a medium level way. Okay, so the major things how the questions will be, like they'll be giving certain constraints, and they'll be giving what and all things you have to take care of that system, and what that entire system and how that entire system will be. The thing which you want to give is your own logic of how to solve that particular problem. So whenever you are given certain questions like that, the first thing what people will be checking is your logical thinking, how you are going to solve a particular problem. So they will be checking your own logic and your own problem solving method. Okay, because of which you want to like know what a ER diagram is. So you will be actually drawing an ER diagram, entity relationship diagram, stating what and all the attributes which you're going to have, what and all the classes you're going to have, what and all the methods you're going to have, how the relationship must be from one class to another class. Okay, all these things you have to draw an entity relationship diagram. Obviously they'll be giving you instructions as well, so don't worry. The things I'll be telling the things which you want to know in prior, so that it will be useful for you while attending the LLD round. Okay, I mean, first of all, you want to explain your logic with the help of entity relationship diagram, and then people will be asking you to code. So that time you want to create, like with the help of Eclipse or IntelliJ, you want to, create your system. And only with the help of classes and objects, you'll be able to do it. Okay. Certain companies will be asking you to, create a console-based system. Okay, whereas certain companies will be asking you to create a web application system. Like they'll be, first of all, they'll be asking you on which tech stack you are very strong. Okay, so they'll be asking you on which tech stack you're strong, either in the front end or back end, and according to that they'll be giving a particular functionality, and you're supposed to create that. Okay, so better like people who don't know much about web development, just know some things to, like, you can learn Node.js and embedded JavaScript. Okay, or if you know React also, that's completely fine. But people who don't have much interest on web development, at least you learn one backend framework like Node, and for simple front end thing, you just learn embedded JavaScript. Okay, so that actually helps you. So people will be asking you to write simple logics, I mean create simple system. Like they'll be asking you to create something like, you want to create a login system and certain things, so a particular feature which you want to have, and you're supposed to create that, and the time limit which they'll be giving is something from 2 hours to 3 hours or 4 hours. It actually depends on the day, and it depends on the company. Okay, and I'll be showing you a simple example whenever like you are given LLD questions. Okay, wait, long level, long programming. So yesterday we have seen no patterns. This also comes in patterns only. Okay, so they'll be asking something like this: design a call taxi booking application. There are n number of taxis. For simplicity, assume four. The question will be like this, and it is actually they'll be giving you how the system must be, and this is actually LLD only. You will be creating the system with the help of classes and objects. So there are questions like they can ask you to create hotel management system or ticket booking system, IRCTC ticket booking system, or any taxi booking system, anything. Okay, so I mean I'll be showing you an example for IRCTC. Okay, yeah, here it is. So here I'm having passengers class, where I'm having the different, I mean I'll not explain you the entire code. Okay, I'll be just telling you an example of how the system must be and how you want to design it, so that you will be getting an idea. Okay, so here in the passengers class, I'm having the attributes which a passenger can have, and yeah, these are my getter setter methods. Okay, and in the ticket booking, I'm having the logic, I mean they'll be giving, wait, it'll be giving something like this. See, just 2 hours 30 minutes. Write an application for booking railway ticket reservation system. The application should have 4 functionalities: to book, to cancel, to print book tickets, and print available tickets. Details with summary. Okay, so they'll be giving something like this. total of 63 berths for 63 confirmed tickets, 9 berths for 18 RAC tickets, and 10 tickets in waiting list. Okay, all these things they'll be giving. Okay, so only these things must be, taken as input from the user, and all the like conditions they'll be giving you. Okay, so here actually I have given the berth limit as 2, RAC limit 2, waiting list as 1. Okay, here according to the question you can modify it. Okay, so I have created an array list and queue and all. This is my logic over here. Just I'll run you. This is for ticket booking and this is for ticket canceling. Okay, so I'll be executing it. Right. Okay, so yep, here is my system. So I'm going to book my ticket initially. Just one, choice is one. So I'm going to enter a name. Age is birth preference. Hmm, upper. Okay, booking is confirmed. Here actually here I have created a general system. Okay, here according to the question you can change. So the question is you want to actually get name, age, gender as well. So gender also you want to get the input from the user, and according to the gender also you have to align the seats. See, here the thing over here is the problem is ticket booking system. That's it. But the attributes or the logic it differs to person, right? Because whenever gender also matters, age also matters whenever you are like creating a booking system. So people who are having the older age, they must be given like lower birth as preferences, and if he or she, I mean, like if they are feminine and they are of less age, they can be given upper birth because that ensures safety, something like that. So there are many logics of creating a booking system. It is your own logic. Okay, so yes, uh, and again I'll be booking ticket. Okay, next name is Anjali. Oh, sorry, the name is wrong. Sorry. Age 20. Preference lower birth. Okay, so if I want to cancel any ticket means I'll be giving two ID, ticket ID 1. Okay, so if I want to display the confirm list, I'll be giving. Okay, so yep. If I want to give RAC list, there is no RAC list. Okay, because here I'm having birth limit 2. Okay, for for upper birth I have 2, for lower birth I have 2, and for middle birth I have 2. Okay, so wait, again 1. Just I'll be giving a name, age. Hmm, see, I mean, I have already given lower birth for Anjali and for this name D. Okay, so again, if I'm giving lower birth means it says lower is not available. Check out the number of seats available. Okay, because in upper berth we have 2 seats, in middle berth we have one. So we'll be able to select the choices from here. So if you want to display the confirm list, I'll be able to give it once the tickets are confirmed, the tickets are full, I'll be moving it into RAC, and once the RAC limit is exceeded, I'll be moving on into waiting list. Okay, so the flow will be once the confirmed passenger, he or she is going to cancel it out, I'll be moving RAC to that confirmed. Okay, so that's why I'm maintaining a queue over here. So once like that, the flow will be from waiting to RAC, people will move, from RAC to confirm, people will move. Okay, on the timeline of when they are booking the tickets. That's why I'm maintaining the queue. So if I want to exit from the system, I'll be giving 6. So thank you for choosing us. So this is actually the way how people will be expecting you. Okay, see, the basic thing here is in 2.5 hours you cannot like design a complete system, but you have to include the functionalities and features which makes you to stand out. Okay, and while preparing for LLD rounds, there are things like design principles. Okay, so You can learn those design principles in Design Gurus. Hmm. This is a good website for you to learn design patterns. Okay, these are all the design different design patterns which you have. Creational design pattern. In creational, we have abstract method, factory method, prototype method, singleton method. These are all the different methods using which you can, you can apply also this methods and this logic whenever you're creating a particular system. So why I'm asking you to create, or why am I asking you to create some system that is based on these things, or actually the thing is it makes you to stand out. So you are actually building a particular system, and while explaining things, if you are like including the design patterns as well. Okay, you are telling the interviewer, I have used the singleton method over here for this purpose, for so and so. It makes you to stand out, whenever you're going for an interview, the thing which matters a lot is your own entity, your own in the sense, you want to prove yourself, you want to tell to the interviewer that I am best in I am best in each and every possible way, right? So whenever you are including the design patterns, whenever you're explaining your system with the help of design patterns, it actually adds more value to your profile. So that's why I'm telling you. There are structural patterns as well. There are adapter, bridge pattern, and behavioral patterns. There are many things like strategy pattern and all those things. So just learn what is a class and object concepts very clearly, and just be strong on the four pillars: inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. And after which, go and study these design patterns. And after that, there will be many questions which is available like this. You can go and try solving those things. Okay, so guys, so this is all about LLD, low level design. Whenever you're applying for SD, means software developer. Whenever you're applying for SD one role, you will be asked about LLD, low level design. And whenever you're applying for SD2, SD3, people will be asking you on high level design. Okay, so HLD. So guys, are you clear with the LLD stuff? And was it an useful information from my side? I want you people to answer. Was it a useful information from my side? And if you're having any doubts when it comes to LLD, you can let me know. Anjali, Pavan, Jay. Is that clear? Can anyone respond? Or was it, more information, or did, okay, so let me move to the concepts, the important concepts. Okay, so first of all, whenever we are taking inheritance, as the name suggests, we are going to inherit. Inherit in the sense, we know the meaning of the English term, right? Inherit in the sense, it is actually, copying, or following the same character traits, or following the same properties of our own things. Like so, in computer science also, when you're taking the concept of classes and objects, there are things like this. Okay, so the class, I mean, like you're writing a particular class. Okay, for example, you're writing a class called department. Okay, and you're also having a class called student. Okay, so like let's suppose, let's have something like that. You're going to have a class called department, and you're going to you're going to have a class called student. Okay, so you are writing certain methods, and you are writing certain you are writing certain methods, and you are writing certain variables. You are using certain variables in department class, and if you want to make use of those variables and methods in your student class, okay, that time you can inherit the properties of you can inherit the properties of department class. So there is nothing like you want to redefine the things over here. Which means I can make use of the attributes, and I can make use of the methods in one class from another class. That is actually known as inheritance. I'm going to inherit the properties of a class, and the class from which the properties are inherited is known as parent class. Okay, and like the class which actually inherits the property, that is known as child class. Okay, what is it uses in real life? A real life, see, IRCTC ticket booking system itself, like in backend also they might have created those things in I mean they have followed this logic building, even in building applications like that. Actually people here they are checking the way how you are going to solve, the problem, how your problem solving skill and how your logic building skill is. Okay, because your solution must be optimal, and your solution must also make a good sense. Okay, what is the main difference between HLD and LLD? I mean, I haven't like attended the interviews of high level design. So I mean, it'll be it'll be something like, I mean, it'll be something like low level design only, but in advanced way. Okay, I haven't attended any HLD until now, but for sure I'll be attending. It is something like, I guess it is an advanced version of LLD, Anjali. Okay. Yep. So this is going to be my inheritance. I'll be giving with an example. Okay. So let me have a class department. Okay. In department, let me have these attributes. In department, let me have these attributes. Okay. See, only I'm having the instance variables of. This is going to be my instance variables of my department class, where I'm having department and college. Okay. So next thing, here I'm prompted with an error. Why? Because college cannot be resolved to a variable and department cannot be resolved to a variable. Here in the student class, I'm having a method display where I'm making use of the variables department and college. But I haven't specified any, I haven't specified any um, variables here. I haven't declared any variables, or I haven't initialized any variables, right? That's why it is prompting error. Let's see what happens whenever we are, including this. Okay. Once again, I'll also create a method over here. Void, um, void print. Okay. System dot. Once again. Okay. I'm going to have a method over here. It states that it is parent or inheritance. Okay. Yes. Here I'm going to apply inheritance. I'm going to inherit the properties and the methods which is available in the department class. I'll be using the keyword extends department. Okay. See, now the error is not being prompted. What I'm doing, I'm going to inherit the properties, the attributes and the methods which is present in the department class in student class. So here, my student class, it has inherited the properties, right? So this is known as child class. My student class here, it is known as child class, and my department class, it is known as a parent class. Okay, that is why I have said the class from which the inheritance is being done is known as parent class. Here, department is parent class because from here only inheritance is being done. And department, student is child class because it has inherited, right? So now, yes, now it will be working fine. I'll also, like call the method s1 dot print. Okay, s2 dot print. S3 dot print. So when I try to run this, okay, when I try to run this, obviously record is getting added, and also I'll be able to access the print method. Okay, so I haven't defined the department college variables in my student class. I haven't defined the method in my student class. I haven't defined the print method, but still I'll be able to make use of certain things. So this is actually known as inheritance. Okay, I'm going to make use of the properties in the methods of another class in my current class. So that is known as inheritance. Okay, and one more way, there are various types of inheritance in Java. Okay, um, so these are the one second, not this. I'll be showing you. There are different types of inheritance in Java. Okay, here there will be picture. Mm, okay, single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Okay, actually, multiple inheritance is not supported in Java, but with the help of interface, there is a concept called interface. Okay, in interface, in order to give a small introduction of what an interface is, in the interface, we will not be defining anything. We will not be, like defining any function definition at all. We'll be just having the note of the variables whichever we are using and the functions whichever we are creating. It can be simply said as interface is something like maintaining the index of a particular book. We won't be having full description on what the topic is or whatsoever, but just we'll be having a something like a referral thing only. Like uh, with the help of those things, we'll be able to easily find what and all the attributes and what and all the methods we are using in our system. So interface is something like that. Okay. So with the help of interface only, multiple inheritance is supported in Java. So whenever I'll be explaining you the flow diagram of what a single inheritance is. Single inheritance is only thing which you have seen now. This example is not a single inheritance. Okay. So here my executive class is going to inherit employee class. That's it. So this is also known as super class. This is also known as subclass. Okay. Parent class is also known as super class. Executive class is also known as subclass. This is single level inheritance, and next is going to be my multi-level inheritance. So yes, see here my sports class is going to inherit marks class. My marks class is going to inherit another class. Okay. And multiple level in the sense, from a single class, multiple classes can inherit the properties. Okay, so the how the line will be: science extends student, commerce class commerce extends student, and class arts extends student. So in this way only we will be implementing the multi-level. Acha, no, it is not multi-level, it is hierarchical. Sorry, this is multi-level, this is hierarchical. Okay, and next thing, it is hybrid inheritance. Okay, this will be, somewhat confusing whenever you're seeing this. Wait. Wait. Yes. So this is known as hybrid inheritance. See, in this thing, my D class is going to inherit B as well as C, okay? And my B and C, both the classes is going to inherit my A class. So this is something called as hybrid, okay? So these are the different types of inheritance. Hybrid means this is the hybrid class, okay? So my child class, the very subclass, it is going to inherit two classes, and those two classes will be inheriting a single class, which is A class, okay? And when it comes to hierarchical, I'm going to have here three classes are going to inherit a single class. And next, multi-level, one class will be inheriting another class, then another class will be inheriting one more class, okay? So single inheritance, single level inheritance, it is also known as simple inheritance, okay? So this is all about inheritance. Guys, are you clear with what inheritance is? Are you clear with what is an inheritance, what is meant by inheritance? Pavan, Anjali, Nikita, Jay, Vikash. Are you clear with the concept of inheritance? And one more thing, I have said you about constructor, right? Okay, thank you, Anjali. I have said about constructor, right? So this is the meaning of constructor. Whenever we are creating an object, this actually refers to the constructor. That is why I have said you that the constructor name and my class name must be same. See, here you'll be able to see the definition, okay? This is the constructor which we have created over here, right? Yes. So this is known as parameterized constructor. There are two types of constructor. One is default constructor. Another one is parameterized. Sorry. Parameterized. Okay. So this is going to be my default constructor. Sorry, this is going to be my parameterized constructor. Why? Because here I'm passing parameters inside the constructor. So that is why this is known as my parameterized constructor. Default constructor in the sense it will be something like this. Student, here you can redefine the function of default constructor as well. And one more thing, every time whenever you are creating a class, every time whenever you are creating a particular class, automatically Java creates a default constructor for it, okay? Whenever you are creating a class in Java, automatically a default constructor is created for you. But you can redefine the functionality of for your default constructor by giving here. You have to write the logic over here of how we are going to redefine things, okay? Logic for redefining your default constructor. And the things which you want to remember is default constructor must have the same name as class name. Constructor name and class name must be quite similar. I mean, quite same, not similar. It must be same. And whenever you're going to create a constructor, it does not have any return value. It will not return anything. Okay. Will not return anything, but it will be acting similar to method, okay? And another thing, an important keyword is there which is known as this keyword, okay? I'll be showing you an example of where we'll be able to use this keyword, okay? This keyword actually it is actually this keyword is used in order to specify that this particular method or this particular variable, it belongs to this current class. For example, here, pay more attention. Here, the attributes which is coming from my main class or which is coming from the user is R, N, and M, right? So R, N, M are my input variables, whereas this roll number, name, and marks is going to be my instance variables, right? So these both are not identical, right? So if let's take a scenario. where the parameters which is going to be, like the user input, and the instance variables which I'm having here must be same. Like for example, let's have something like this: roll number, name, marks. And here also we are giving roll number, name, marks. Okay, so here what I'm doing, my parameter which is coming from the user input, it is similar to my instance variable. So both the variables are having the same name. Let's see what happens. No error is being prompted, but let's see what happens when I try to run this code. Okay, here I'm not getting the correct output. Here I'm getting null 0.0. I mean here department and college name is being displayed, but the attributes which I'm giving in my runtime, which I'm giving from my main class, is not getting displayed over here. Okay, which means correct assignment is not done. So the roll number, the name, and marks are not assigned correctly. Okay, so in order to differentiate, like in order to differentiate the variables here, I want to tell that this roll number variable belongs to the instance variables, the variable which I have defined in my current class, and this roll number is the variable which I'm getting from the user input. Okay, in order to specify like this only, we'll be using this keyword, this dot roll number. This dot roll number in the sense the variable of this current class. So this dot roll number, it refers to the roll number which we have given here, and this dot name, and this dot marks. Okay, so when I try to run this code, I'll be getting the output correctly. Okay, so when my instance variable name and when my parameter name is going to be the same, that time correct assignment will not be happening. That time, in order to differentiate the instance variables of that particular class, I'll be going with my this keyword. So guys, are you clear with the concepts which you have seen until now? I mean, just take a 2 minute break, okay? After which we'll be seeing uh, about polymorphism, and I'll also be explaining about encapsulation and abstraction. We'll be seeing all those things, okay? And after that, I'll be telling you how an interview will be, the different rounds, how you want to prepare, and if time permits, we'll be seeing collection framework. Just a 2 minute break you have. If you're having any doubts, just drop it in the chat. I'll join in 2 minutes. Guys, are you clear with the concepts? Why nobody is responding? Are you clear with the things? Or do you have any doubts? Anjali, is it clear to you? Pavan, is it clear? Pavan, Anjali, Nikita, Chaitanya, Jay. Is it clear to you guys, or is it something vague really? Why nobody is responding? Am I going very fast, or are you people not able to understand things? Guys, are you there? Anyone can respond. Okay, I don't know what happened. So next thing, whenever we are coming to see about polymorphism, as the name suggests, like poly means multiple, right? For example, I'll be giving you a very simple example. Thank you, Anjali. So I'll be giving you a very simple example. Okay. Uh, I mean, like for example, let's take a person. Okay, a person. He is going to be a professor. Okay. So whenever he is in the college, he takes the role of a professor, right? But the same person, when he is at a home, he takes the personality, or he takes the character of a homely person, right? Or a family man. So the same person only, according to the places, according to the places, he is taking multiple roles. Similarly, a single variable or single method, it can take multiple roles according to the conditions or according to the places where it is being declared, or where it is being used. Okay, so that is actually what is known as polymorphism. In real time example, it is something like a single person can take multiple roles. So when he goes to college, he takes the role of a professor. When he comes home, he takes a role of a family man. So whenever he is going somewhere, he takes the role of that particular person. For example, if he is going and like being a judge for a particular event, so for that place, for that certain conditions, he is going to take the role of a judge. So the person is same, but according to the situations and according to the scenarios, his role is going to differ, right? So that is actually the real-time example of what is known as a polymorphism. A single variable or a single method can act in two different ways according to the conditions. Okay, and we do have two types of polymorphism in Java: runtime polymorphism. Guys, this is very very important. People will ask you in technical interviews and all. And compile time polymorphism. Okay, another name of runtime polymorphism is method overriding, and another name of compile time polymorphism is method overloading. So first, let's see the example of method overloading. Okay, we do have something called as constructor overloading as well. Okay, first I'll be telling you what method overloading is, and the same logic is applied to the constructor, so you can like take it in that way as well. Thank you, Jay. Okay, yes. So let me redefine things. Okay, once again, once again. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'll be redefining things. I'll be making it more simpler for you. Okay. Yep. Yes. So okay. Let me have three methods over here. Int, addition, or add. Here in that I'll be having two variables, int a, int b, and when I call this, okay, wait, I'll give void add method. I'm going to pass two parameters, and it is going to return me the result. Out.println result a plus b. Okay, and I'm going to have another add method, int a, int b, int c. Here I'll have a plus b plus c. Okay, see, it is very simple. Method overloading in the sense, first I'll be explaining you my, like I'm going to have two methods of same name. See here, add method. Both the names are same, which means add is a method. Okay, actually it is a single entity, single method only, but I'm going to redefine it. Okay, I am going to redefine it in two ways. So here in the add method, I'll be passing only two parameters of int data type, and in again the same add method, I'll be passing three parameters. Okay, okay. So let me create an object for student class, and let me call this method. Okay, s1 dot add, and in the add I want to pass two attributes, two or three, it is according to me only, 2 comma 3. Okay, and I am going to again call the method dot add. Here I'll be passing 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, see what happens when I try to run the code. See what happens. Result is 5 in my first case, and result in my next case is going to be 12. In the sense, I'm not even telling my system, for this particular case, go with this add method. For this particular second scenario, go with this add method. No. Okay, the add method is same, but according to the parameters, how many parameters I'm going to pass, it is taking various functionalities, right? So here in this case, in this add method, I have passed only two parameters. That's why it is correctly identifying, and it is currently correctly mapped to this particular add method. And the definition here, it is getting displayed. It is getting computed and it is getting displayed. And in next method, next case, I have given three parameters, so that's why correctly it is getting mapped. I'm not even telling where to map which add method to use, but correctly according to the number of parameters, how many I'm passing, it is getting mapped, right? So here only I'm overloading the methods and see what happens. This is also called as overloading. And one more way, I'm going to have the same, add method, same two parameters only, but this is going to have two different data types. See, in this case, this add method and this add method has same number of parameters. Here also it is two parameters, and here also it is having two parameters. But here it is int and here it is double, the change in data type. So if I'm going to have two methods which have varying number of parameters, or if I'm having two methods of same number of parameters but varying data types, that conditions we'll be calling it as method overloading. Okay, print ln the same. Okay, so if I'm going to call, you can also in any way you can put, you can also here also you can put 3 comma 4. Okay, you can here you can also put two parameters. The sequence is not at all mattered here. S1 dot add, it will be giving 5 6.5. Okay, so let's see what happens. Addition of two values of int data type. Addition of three values of int data type. Addition of two values of int and float. Okay. So when I try to run this code correctly, so in first case I have given three parameters. So this particular add function is taking the responsibility, and this definition is being this computation is being defined over here. So it is giving addition of three values of int data type, and the result is being computed. And here in my next case I have given one int and one double, so correctly it is getting mapped with this particular add function. Of course my methods are same, but according to the parameters and according to the conditions, correctly it is getting executed. This is known as method overloading. Guys, are you clear with method overloading concept? Are you clear with method overloading concept? This is method overloading. Any respond now? If you don't know also, I mean, if you're not able to grasp things also, you just let me know. I'll iterate again. But if you are silent, I cannot help in any way. And method overloading and method overriding are very very important, because in interview point of view, people will ask you questions from this. Thank you, Pavan. What about others, guys? Pavan, is my pace okay, or am I going very fast? Okay. Okay, next thing is method overriding. Method overriding. So as the name suggests, I'm going to override the functionality of a particular method. Okay, so I'm going to override the functionality. I'm going to redefine. For example, in one class, I might have defined a method's functionality, or I might have defined a method's definition. But in another method where I have inherited its property, okay, I'm going to redefine the things. Okay, for example, here, let's say I'm having a method. Okay, void run. Okay, here I'm going to have I'm going to define the methods functionality as uh, hey, it's parent class. Okay, again I have inherited I have inherited my department class in my student class. Okay, so this method is already accessible here, but I'm going to redefine the methods definition. Void run, I'm going to redefine it. Hey, it's student class. So when I call this particular run method over here, s1.run, I'll be getting the method which is being overridden over here. Hey, it's student class. So this is known as method overriding. I have already defined some method in the class in one class, and in my student class, I'm going to redefine the functionality of that particular method or that particular function, and this is known as method overriding. Okay. If you are creating an object which is based on the parent class, if I'm giving department S1 is equal to new student, means that time also will be getting the updated one only. Here I'm creating an object for department class. Okay, For department class, I'm creating an object with respect to the student class. That's why I'm getting the overrided definition. So this is something known as method overriding. Okay. And next thing over here is abstraction and encapsulation. Okay. I'll be telling you the real-time example of abstraction. Okay. So whenever we are going with abstraction, see, think a scenario like this. Okay. If I want to, like, let's say I'm a very good friend of Pavan. Okay, I want to wish him on his birthday. Okay. Um okay, what I'll be doing, I'll be just, at 12 a.m, 11:59 p.m, I'll be waiting. Okay, I'll be, like, just dialing his number, and I'll be calling him, I'll be wishing him, and once wishing is being done, asking the treat is being over, I'll be winding up the call, right? uh See, in order to wish my friend Pavan, only the things which is needed in my phone is a phone, a dial, in the sense, a phone pad, a dial, and I want to dial his number and I want to speak to him. That's it. In the sense, only the feature and only the functionality is provided to the user. Like, in order to call my friend, only that calling function is enough for me. I don't want to bother about anything the backend works which is being happening. I'm not having the knowledge of how, like, the signals are being connected, how it is being connecting with my friend. I don't want that functionality. If I want to wish him on his birthday, in text, I'll be just taking my WhatsApp. I'll be, like, searching for his chat, and I'll be giving, hey, hi, happy birthday. That's it. Only that feature and functionality is provided to me, but I don't know about the backend works which is being happening, or backend knowledge is not provided to me. In the sense, whenever you are creating a particular system, you must restrict access to certain things, like the customers. It is okay, it is okay, right? In order to provide them only the functionality and features, they don't want to know about the entire backend of how things are getting worked, and they don't want to know about how the connections are being made, how, like, whenever I'm using WhatsApp, how this text is being sent to him, how it is being received. No, all this information must be abstracted from the customer, right? So that is known as abstraction. You're going to hide certain things. You're going to hide certain things which is not even required for the customer to know, for the for the user to know. Only the things which the users need to be accessed, only the features and functionalities are provided to the users. That is actually known as abstraction. And whenever it is encapsulation, you're going to bind the data and the core logic as a single unit, encapsule. And we know how a capsule will be, right? The medicine capsule. So in the similar way, you're going to bind the data as well as the code, the program logic, and you are going to work in an environment that is known as encapsulation. And these are the four different object-oriented programming concepts when you are coming to see about OOPS. Okay, and you have to be very strong in polymorphism and inheritance, because more and more and more question is being focused only here. Okay, so just go. I think you have, like, you got a knowledge on what inheritance and what polymorphism is. You can try out different types of polymorphism, different types of inheritance as well. Okay, so yep. So now, while coming to, like, check how to prepare for interview and what and all the things which you want to learn. So guys, are you ready to, like, know what and all the stuffs you want to prepare for interview? At least for this you can say yes, no? Don't worry. Let's, like, I'll not bore you guys. So this is all about the OOPS concept. Now, after seeing the interview stuffs, we'll see about collection frameworks. I'll be giving you an explanation, and then we'll winding up things. Okay. So Pavan, Anjali, and Jay, who are very active in today's class, want to thank you from bottom of my heart. Okay. Uh, so guys, are you ready? And first of all, I want to ask this thing. Do you people have any doubts until we have seen, until the concepts which you have seen? Pavan, Anjali. See, like, genuinely, like, these stuffs which I'm going to say now, it is from my own experience. I'm not even, building up stories and all. The things which I'm going to say about interview. Guys, are you ready to listen? You can also note it down if you want anywhere. No doubt. Okay, Anjali, thank you so much. Okay, so guys, whenever you are applying for any interview, first, I mean, many companies will be having first round as aptitude round. Okay, so there are concepts, general concepts, where you want to have your main focus. Okay, and for aptitude, it is not like you want to get centum. Like, if for 100 marks, it is not like you want to score 100 out of 100. Because all those aptitude round now, it is going to be a screening process only. Okay, so it is fine if you are able to score more than 65 percentage or something like that. But let's take a situation where I'm going to have company, and I'm having a recruitment drive for my company. And for example, 1,000 students are going to apply, and all the 1,000 students are performing well, like all are scoring around 70 75 plus, more than 75 percentage. In the sense, that time, at that edge case, you want to make sure that you want to clear that round, right? So to be in a safer side, prepare aptitude in a very good manner. Okay, mostly companies will be focusing on quants only. There won't be any questions on logical and all. But there are questions which is related to the seating arrangements and all. So I mean, those things will not be coming under quants, but mostly 90 percentage, you want to be strong in quants. Okay, and there are some general topics, right? Like boats and streams, time, work and distance, and speed. Time, work and speed, and the questions like this, number systems and permutation, combination, probability, all those things. Okay, so just surf in the internet and you'll be getting to know. And next round will be a coding round, DSA round, short coding round. It depends, either short coding or the coding which involves even greedy algorithm and DP. It is up to that company's standardness. Okay, in a general syntax way, I'll be telling you what and all the rounds which is will be covered. Okay, so next is going to be a coding round. In coding round, obviously they will be testing your DSA knowledge. For DSA also, I have told you the resources, right? I have given you the resources, like you know like, I have followed Stiver's sheet. I don't know whichever sheet you're comfortable with, you can go with that. Okay, so start solving DSA and start solving, like lead code questions and all. Okay, and another thing, next thing is, after you're clearing the DSA coding round, if the company is going to have any long level programming round, in the sense, they will be, uh, asking you to create a system, a console based application or a web application. It purely lies on that company. Okay, just whenever you are applying for any company, whenever you're going to attend the drive, first surf through how the company is and all, and then you go and attend, because you want to first know what and all the interview patterns of that company, all those things. Okay, and yep, so in the long level programming round, you are supposed to build your own system, so you can go with these LLD stuffs. And next thing will be a technical interview round. In the technical interview round, people will be asking questions on the concepts which you have studied until your the college time. Like, it will be questions related to DBMS, questions related to operating systems, computer networks, and DSA. Then what and all these things, DSA networks. And also people will be asking you about SQL as well. So uh, like, be very very clear, like SQL and all. There are certain things they won't be asking simple statements, simple queries like select query and all. They will be asking more on join only. Okay, so if you want to learn more on SQL, W3 Schools is a good website for that. Concentrate more on left join, right join, full join, self join, and inner join, because mostly the questions will be based on joins only. Okay, and also lead code 50, lead code SQL 50 is available. You can go, you can start solving the problems over here. And also you can solve SQL related problems in HackerRank as well. There also you'll be getting a good collection of problems. And once again, Okay. And once you have solved a particular question, don't stop over there. Go to discussion sessions, like see how other developers have solved that particular question, so that you will be having a wide knowledge on things. Okay. And next thing is next thing, yes, so technical interview round. Sorry guys. Technical interview round, actually, maximum you'll be having minimum you'll be having two rounds of technical interview. Like, until the interviewer is getting more clear on your knowledge and on your potential and on your achievements, and like on your skill, on your knowledge, they'll be having the interview rounds. Okay, there can be three, there can be four rounds as well. It depends on the candidate. Okay. And next thing, last one is going to be HR interview. In HR interview, obviously, they'll be asking you about the company. Like, are you okay with the relocation stuffs, and your self introduction plays a vital role over there. And they'll be asking some behavioral questions, like if you're working in a team and so on, so is the scenario, how you'll be handling it, in order to check your mm, like behavioral skills, all those things. And yep, you have to be very clear with your resume. So whatever you are including in your resume, you have to be strong in explaining those stuffs. So even if you're very lucky for that day, in your technical interview, people might ask you questions based on your resume as well. They can ask you anything about your project or anything about your internship, which you have done and which you have specified over that in your resume. Even they can question about that as well. Mm, so if you're very lucky, they'll be asking you questions from that project itself. So in those cases, you must be in a situation to explain those things in a very clear manner. Okay. So be very, very clear on your resume. So if you know certain tech stacks, you can include it. Okay. If you don't know, please don't include it. If you don't know, please don't include. Okay. Because if some companies are there, like they will be testing your knowledge on all the tech stacks whichever you are referring in the resume. So to be on the safer side, whatever things just mention that in your resume. And yeah, so whenever you are handling the HR round and the behavioral questions round, be very confident, bold, and strong while you're answering. Okay. And in order to add more value to your points while explaining the LLD things, you can also add design principles as well. Design patterns, you can learn it from Design Guru's website. And yep, like, if you're preparing for any specific company type, you can go check out their previous year questions, and then you can like, start solving, and you can prepare them accordingly. So this is actually how like, you have to prepare. Like, I'm not telling how to prepare, I'm just telling what and all the things to prepare for an interview. So this is all about it, guys. Are you clear with the things which needs to be like, on which topics you need to be very clear before attending to an interview? Pawan and Anjali, I think only you both are attending the live. So I just want you people to respond whether is it clear. If you're having any further doubts whenever you're preparing for interview, and please like, be very, start solving DSA. Even if you start today also, you'll be able to complete steps. Start DSA, start solving problems, because if you want to crack any interview, DSA, DSA is actually the thing which you want. Okay. So is it clear? Anjali and Pawan, is it clear? If it's clear, if you're not having any doubts regarding any interview preparation and stuffs like that, we'll proceed with collections. Okay. Anjali, you're from which year? Which year and stream? Akalya. Okay, thank you. So, like, was this an information, a good information from my side? Guys, all the three just respond, uh, to which year and to which stream you belongs to. And if you're having any doubts, you can let me know in my mail. So my mail ID is kirtnajodiramesh@gmail.com. You can just drop me your doubts, okay, so that I'll be clearing your doubts. Guys, drop your to which year you belong to and your stream. Just I want to know, that's it. I'm not going to do any research. You won't be saying that. Okay. So I hope it might be an useful information to you. Okay. So next thing is collection. Collection framework. Whenever you are applying, whenever you are studying with or whenever you are dealing with concepts like linked list, array list, arrays. Array list is something dynamically you can create. Add elements to an array. Dynamic representation of array is only array list and all. Hash set means hash set is actually used in order to store unique items only. Okay, so I'll be telling you some examples, so don't worry. So these are all the different collections which is available in Java. So these are the interfaces. These are the interfaces: list, queue, and set. DQ, sorted set are the interfaces, and these are the classes: linked list, vector, stack, queue. We have array queue, array DQ, priority queue, hash set, linked hash set, tree set. We'll be seeing let me have collections dot java. Okay, so first of all I want to import um, everything from my util library, then only I'll be able to make use of the collections. So import java.util.star. See, these are all the different functions which is available. Okay, so star, and I'll be creating an array list. Array list, the elements, I'm going to store integer elements. So array list integer, arr is equal to new array list. Okay, in this array I'm going to add, there are many methods, guys. So if you're going to make use of array list, linked list, stack, priority queue, tree set, hash set, there are many built-in methods which are available. So you can go to array list concept and you can just search for the methods, built-in methods which are available, and then you can access things. Okay, arr.add 10, arr dot add 20, arr.add 30, arr.add 50, and in order to print the array list you can just give system.out.println arr. Okay, alt shift x, and when you try to run, this is the way array list is being stored. Array list is actually similar to array only. Okay, and you can have more built-in methods, and if you want to retrieve the size of the array list, it is dot size method. Okay, it is 4 because my array list, it has 4 elements, so the size is 4 over here. This is all about array list. So okay, so let's say I'm going to have hash set. Hash set is something like, it is actually a data structure that will be storing only a unique element. So it will not allow duplication of duplicate storing of element. It will not allows duplication of elements. Okay, so I'll be creating a hash set, and my hash set is going to contain the values which corresponds to my integer type. Set is my hash set name, new hash set of. Okay, so I'll be adding set dot add 1, then I'll be giving set dot add 2, set dot add 3, and again I'm giving set dot add 1. Okay, see here 1 is repeated twice, right? But see what happens when I try to print this set. System dot out dot println set. See what happens. 1, 2, 3 is only printed because it does not allow duplication of elements. So that's why whenever again it is encountering 1, it is not getting added in set. Okay, so this is the functionality of hash set. It only allows you to store unique items. And yep, stack. Okay, so stack is also actually data structure. Okay, in stack we'll be having the operation called push and pop. Push is actually used to insert a particular item, and pop is actually used to delete a particular item. Stack data structure will be something like this. Stack data structure representation will be something like this. Okay, so this is going to be my empty stack, and when I push one element, one is being added over here, and again if I'm going to push apply a push, and two will be added, and again if I'm going to push another element, three will be added, and if I'm going to pop an element, this is going to be my top element. So in this way only my elements will be getting stored. So one will be getting stored, and again on top of it two will be getting stored. Now in this case two will be my top element. Okay, and again when I try to push 3, 3 will be my top element, and when I try to pop, the top element will be removed from my stack. Okay, stack actually follows the principle first in last out. So here one has only entered first, right? But whenever I'm trying to apply my pop operation, one is being removed last. Okay, and queue data structure, it follows last. It will be queue data structure is actually related to the normal queue which we have. Okay, so the person whoever is entering first will be leaving first. So first in first out. In stack it is last in first out. In queue it is first in the first out. If one customer is coming means they'll be and when their work is done they'll be first going out of the queue. Okay, so my friend, this is known as my front end, the very first person, and here it is known as my rear end. Okay, so I'll be just telling an example of how a stack must be. Stack the element, integer element, st, let st be my stack name, new stack of, then if I'm giving st dot push 1. Okay, st dot, I'll be taking this case. I'll be pushing st dot 1. Okay, I'll be pushing st dot 2. Okay, and I'll be pushing st dot 3. Okay, in order to retrieve the top element, I have a method called peek, st dot peek. This actually helps. Oh, sorry, st dot peek. It actually helps to return the top element. Okay, we have to print this system dot out dot println the top element. What's happening here? The top element is, I'm getting more typos. st dot peek. Okay, and let's see what happens. See, I'm trying to push 1, 2, and 3. Like in this case, we are having no 1, 1. First, I have pushed 1, and then I have pushed 2, 1 and 2, and next I have pushed 1, 2, and 3. So these are my elements in the stack. Okay, and when I try to retrieve my top element, it is 3 is my top element. And if I try to print my stack, it will be like this: 1, 2, and 3. Okay, one will be at the top, I mean last one will be my last element, two will be my middle, three will be my top element. And if I am applying st.pop, okay, and again if I'm giving I mean if I'm giving st.pop, the top element will be getting removed, and again I'll be printing the current top item and the current updated stack value. Let's see what happens. Yes, see here what is happening. So first it is quite similar, and when I apply pop operation, in stack only we have two operations, push and pop. Okay, and there are many methods in order to retrieve the top element. It is peek and all those things. Okay, so here the top element, after removing the after applying pop operation, the top element now it becomes 2, and the 3 is being removed, and my st stack value is 1 and 2. Okay, and if again I'm pushing pop, and again if I'm trying to print the top element and the stack means, I'll be getting this output. Okay, my top element was 2 in last case. When I'm applying pop operation, that 2 is being removed, and currently my top element is 1, and only I have a single element in my stack, which is 1. Okay, so this is all about collection frameworks. You can explore more. You can explore more because we have more collection frameworks over here. You can priority queue and all, they are very important whenever you are going with DSA stuffs, and linked list is also, it is quite similar. Okay, so yep, so this is all about the collection frameworks in Java. And Q and DQ, like Q, we have, I mean, like I'll be just showing you the code because I'm having another work as well. Example for, okay. See, in this way only you'll be creating a queue. This is not required. In this way only you'll be creating a queue. Okay, you'll be just giving a java.util.star, and in order to create a queue, you will be just telling queue. Okay, and the elements in your queue will be string. Okay, string is going to be the elements which is present in the queue, and you'll be creating with the help of new linked list, okay, class. Okay, and you're going to similarly you're going to add only like in linked list only you'll be adding the elements, and if you're trying to print, it will be printing the queue in a very similar fashion. And there is a remove method when it comes to queue class. Okay, and that will be your front, because whomever is coming first only will be getting removed first, so that will be your front. So the removed item, you'll be displaying the front as the item which is removed currently, and of course, yeah, and you'll be displaying you the queue. Peak, here also, like stack peak is actually used to uh, you know like uh, retrieve the element which is present at your front end. Front, what element is present here. If you're giving q dot peak means 10 will be returned. Okay, so this is all about q. And dq example. DQ is also quite very similar. It is a very simple example. Okay, so here you will be creating it with the help of array DQ class, and you will be here the method will be add first and add last. Okay, so in first also you can add, in last also you can add. From add first means in the front position you're adding, add last means from the rear position you'll be adding things. And there are many built-in methods which is available. Okay, remove first and remove last. Mostly you will be using a priority queue only more in DSA stuff. Of course, you'll be using queue as well. So while using queue, you can either go with this itself. So is it clear, Anjali? So yep, guys, this is all about the things which we have seen until now. So if you're having any doubts, you can let me know in the chat, or else we'll wind up the session. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for cooperating well, and thank you for your patience. Okay, if you're having any doubts, you can also ping me in my mail, because I have got another work in next 10 minutes, so I want to join there as well. Okay, so this is my mail ID. You can drop your doubts. Okay, thank you, Anjali. Uh, guys, you can leave your feedback of this entire workshop so that it will be helping me when I'm going out with another batches. So happy Pongal to you all again. Have a good festive season. Enjoy well. At the same time, prepare well for your interviews and explore more about tech things. Okay. So I'm winding up here as I have got another work as well. So thank you guys. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your patience. Thank you all. Mainly, I want to thank Anjali, Pavan, and Jay, because today you people was responding between, right? And I mean, I want to thank Pawan and Anjali the most. So thank you guys, thank you once again, thank you, bye. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you.